Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate CloudKit with your Flutter application to perform CRUD operation. So basically create, read, update and delete. So if you don't know what CloudKit is, it basically uses the user's iCloud. Now iCloud is only specific for iOS, so this will only work on iOS. And there are three types of database in iCloud. So first one is private, public and shared. So in private, what happens is that whatever items you create inside your private cloud database, those won't be visible to the other users. But if you're doing a public cloud database, it will be visible to other users as well, but they can't edit or delete items created by you, and you can't edit, delete or update items created by them. So that's a good thing. And shared database, that is means it is private at the very start, but if you want to share something with some other user, then that particular item will be visible to others as well. So it's very easy to create private, public and shared. You can easily switch between them as well. I will tell you how to do that. So first I'll just modify this main.dart file and show you guys the code. Okay, so I have just modified the main.dart file. Let me explain it to you what I have done. I have just imported this dart convert import as well as this Flutter services import. Rest everything, this particular part remains same, whatever you get inside your default Flutter application. Then I have just refactored this my homepage widget, so it is a stateful widget. This particular value, I will come back to that later on. And here I have created a method channel. So this method channel will help us to communicate with native methods which we have to define inside the iOS native side, which we will use later on. And here I have just taken a list of countries. So basically I will have an app which has a text input as well as a button. Whatever the user types inside that text input and clicks on submit, that will be saved inside our cloud database, and we will also be displaying that inside a list. So that's what this basically is. And for that text input I have taken this string value variable, but you can use whatever you feel like. And this countries list of string countries will store all the items which we have added inside our iCloud database. So firstly, this is the save method which I have created. So whenever user clicks on the save button, this method will get invoked. So here with the help of this method channel, we are invoking a method called save data. It takes our title, so whatever you have passed inside your text input, and if it is successful, then we are fetching all the data again from our iCloud database. So next, for delete, again it takes the title which you want to delete. We invoke the delete data method, we pass the title to it, and then again we refetch all the data. Similarly for update, we invoke a method called update data. So this what title you want to update, so I'm passing the title over here, and what should be the updated value. Now here I have a hard coded the value, but you can do it in a more a proper way of updating a value. But yeah, just for simplicity sake, I have hard coded the value to Switzerland. You can use whatever you feel like, or display another text input to the user asking them what they want to update, and then again calling get all data. And get all data, here you can see I have added a delay of 2 seconds. This the reason why I have added a delay of 2 seconds is because the iCloud does not sync immediately. So suppose if I have added an item, and if I try to do get all data without this delay, I don't get that added item immediately. That's why I had to add this delay. Hopefully, like, this issue is present inside iCloud since the very beginning. I couldn't find a better way to handle this. If you know a better way, do let me know in the comments. That's why I had to add an artificial 2 seconds delay. It could very well be possible that even after adding 2 seconds delay, you might not be able to see the newly added item. You might have to wait even more second, or the user might have to do pull to refresh. If you want, you can implement that pull to refresh functionality as well, and you just have to call this particular method on pull to refresh as well. Then here we are invoking another method called get all, and it will give you all the data. Now while sending the list of data from native iOS side to Flutter side, I'm like JSON encoding it all the list and sending it in form of string. That's why first I'm clearing all the list, and then I'm decoding that JSON and then converting it back to a list of string. Then inside init state, again I'm calling get all data in case if the user reopens our app for the second time, if they have already added some item on the first try, we need to show that data immediately, right? That's why. Then here I have just taken a safe area, a column, and here I have taken our text field, and here you can see on changed, I'm just assigning this value to our particular variable. Then here I have taken one text button, so on click of it we just call save data. Then I have just taken an expanded widget with a list view dot builder, and here I have this item builder. Inside that I'm displaying whatever item the user has added, and each item has this delete button. So on delete we are just calling that delete data, and update button on which we call the update data as well. So yeah, I mean you can do a swipe to delete as well, but just for simplicity sake I have added all these buttons to each and every item, like the delete and update data thing. And here I'm just showing a divider just so that you are easily able to distinguish between items. So yeah, that's it on the Dart side. The next thing which we will have to do is I will just go to my application, and I will go over here. So you will have to go to the iOS folder, and here you will have to click on double click on this runner.exe workspace. It will open in Xcode, so we will just wait for it to open. In the meantime, I have already created one sample project, so what I will do is that I will just open that particular file inside VS Code, because it's very difficult for me to remember all the code. So I'll just open this file. Ignore this file, you don't have to worry about it. So you just have to go to Xcode, then you will have to go to runner, and here you will have to go to sign in and capabilities. And also one more thing which you have to know is that you need a paid Apple developer account to use iCloudKit. Sorry, I should have specified that at the very start, but yeah, you need a paid developer account. Next, what I will do, I will just click on this plus capability, and here I will just search for iCloud. I will click on it, and here it will add something like this. Then I will just check all this checkbox. Then I will copy my bundle identifier. I will click on this plus button, and I will just type iCloud dot whatever is your bundle identifier. Okay, and then I'll just click on OK, and again it will take little bit of time to provision it. Let it do its own thing, we don't have to worry too much about it. Then you just have to go to app delegate. Now like I told you, I will just refer this to this sample application which I have created. So first we have to import CloudKit inside our app delegate. Again, ignore this error, this is a Xcode error, it does not place nicely with Flutter. Then here we just have to add this particular thing. So here I'll explain it to you what I'm basically doing. So here, so firstly I have this country array of string, so this will help us to send data back to Flutter side. Okay, and the data type which we get when we fetch some item from CloudKit is CK record. That's why I've created this. From this we will fetch only the field name of country, so I'm adding only one field name inside our table, but if you want you can add multiple things as well. And this is your DB name, so I will just give it a proper DB name. I will name it as I don't know, world, I guess. You can name it whatever you feel like. Now here is the important part. For identifier, you will have to use your own identifier which we have just added. So again, I'll just go back to my project. So what we added was iCloud dot our bundle identifier, right? So that's the same thing which you have to write over here, iCloud dot whatever is your bundle identifier over here. Now like I told you, so this is a public database, so if two users having different Apple account, as long as they have enrolled inside iCloud, they can use our application. Also, that's the important thing, the user needs to be enrolled inside iCloud. Most Apple users are already enrolled inside iCloud, but they need to sign in as well. That's what I'm trying to. So this is our public database. If you want to create a private, you can just type private cloud database, and if you want a shared, you can just type shared as well, shared cloud data. But I'll just keep every public, but you can use whatever you feel like. Then I will just copy some code and then I'll explain it to you. And I'll paste it over here. Okay, so this is the code. So basically after this generated plugin registrant, what we are doing is that we are creating a Flutter view controller. Then here I created this method channel with the same name what we have defined it on native iOS side, sorry, on the Flutter side. So use the same name over here. So here we are creating our method channel. Then we are listening for the save data. So once we save data is called, we extract the title which we are sending it from the Flutter side. Then we create a CK record passing our DB name. Then we just set the title to the particular field name which we have created, and then just save it to our database. And here if it is successful, I'm returning true back to Flutter side, otherwise I'm returning false back to Flutter side. Then similarly for delete data as well, we get the title which you send. Then I try to match with our item records if such an item present inside our CK record or not. If yes, then just called self.database.delete with the record ID, and if it is deleted then just return back true, otherwise return back false. Okay, similarly for get all, again I just do a CK query, and here passing our database name. Then we just do self.database.fetch passing our query. Here is our field name which we want to extract, and if once it is successful, we get a data result. So I'm just doing a switch case over it, and here we fetch all the item records which we get from our database. Once that is successful, so here you will come over here. In case of failure, it will be nil. Once on the main thread, what I'm doing is I'm just removing all the entries if there are inside our list of country array. Then I'm just looping over the item records. I'm getting the country item and just appending it to our country array. Then I'm encoding it and just converting it to string and sending it back to Flutter side. And in case of any error, I'm just displaying this particular thing. And in case of fetching, in case of error in fetching from DB, we are displaying this particular thing. Then there is this update data as well. Here is our again title as well as updated value, and again we just do item records dot first, and here we just get the matching particular what thing you want to update, and here we pass the updated value, and then just update the field name. In case of no error, we just return back true, else we return false. So yeah, that's it. And here just I'm handling this error thing. So now I will just run my application on a simulator. If you want, you can run it on a real device as well. Simulator is, according to me, is the best. Then what you will have to do is you will have to go to iCloud.developer.com. So I will just go over there. Okay, once you go to iCloud.developer.apple.com, you just have to sign in with your paid Apple developer account, and then you will have to click on this CloudKit database. I'll just select that. Also, one more error which I did was this particular method is only available from iOS 15. So what I can do is I'll just go to my project again. I will come over here, I'll go to general, and here I will just update it to iOS 16 just to be on the safer side. And then again I'll run my application on the simulator, and once the output is ready, I'll come back. So next, again I'm inside my CloudKit database, and here you will have to select the container which you have created, and here we are inside development mode. If you are inside production mode, you can select production as well, and here you just have to select what database you have created. In our case, it was public database, right? Now inside my application, here you can see my application being created for the very first time. Okay, fail account. Okay, so I think this is giving me an error because I need to sign in into my Google iCloud on the iOS simulator. So I'll quickly do that and come back. So in case if you are getting this issue, that means you haven't signed in inside the user has not signed in inside your iCloud. So yeah, in case this is the error, then you might show a pop-up as well to the user side saying that you have not signed in into iCloud. So I'll quickly sign in into my iCloud and come back, rerun my application again, and hopefully I'm not seeing that error again. Now what, yeah, this is fine. Did not find record type world. This is fine. Now for the very first item which the user add, now this is for all users. No, I mean whoever adds the first user, okay, first item I mean. Okay, so I'll just click on add item, and okay, so here you can see it is saying failed, record name is not queryable. So for that, what you will have to do, so if I just go to over here, so again here also I will have to refresh my browser after creating a record. This is just a one-time process which you have to do for development and production. So you just go to record. If you go to world, this was our database name, right? And if I click on query records, here you can see it is telling field record name is not marked variable. So same thing I'm getting it over here as well. Unfortunately, this is not possible to do it programmatically, so you will have to do it manually. Again, this is just a one-time thing. So you just have to go to indexes, and here in case if you are not seeing this country as queryable as well, you can just click on this plus icon, select record type as world, whatever your DB name is, type queryable, and here firstly you will for first error was record name was not queryable, so I'll just select this record name, and again for this particular theme again I'll give the same name, record name, and I'll click on add. And if you are not seeing this country as queryable also, then again you will have to click on the plus button and select queryable, select your world, and select country as well, but it is already queryable for me, so I don't have to do it. Okay, now if I if I go back to records, if I just select world, this users is automatically created by iCloud. We don't have to worry about it. And click on query records. Here you can see high is getting there. Now I will just add India. I'll click on add item, and I should be able to see both the items hopefully. So here you can see India as well as high. Now I will just delete India. Let's see if it works or not. So here you can see item was deleted. If I click on query records, I only should be able to see high. Now I want to update high, okay, with Switzerland, so I'll just enter high over here, because this is a very bad approach which I took. Maybe you can do scroll, like swipe to update, something like that, because I have to enter the same thing which the item which I want to update inside our text input. So I will just click on update item now. So here you can see it got changed to Switzerland. If I click on query records, here you can see it is Switzerland now. Now I can just add India back again, add item. Again, because of that artificial delay, I'm able to see all the items inside our list view.builder. Otherwise you won't see that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it might not work, but hopefully you are able to see all this. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.